Hello everyone, welcome back to our community. I am lighting a Christmas candle because it is the December monthly reset. I can't believe we made it to the final monthly reset. I decided to do this series at the beginning of the year to hold myself accountable to just be way more on top of my shit and mainly to be on top of like content planning, but it has led to so much more. If you look at like the first 6 of my monthly resets, I was like, one day I'll incorporate finances into this, but I don't even know how. I don't even know where to start. Since then, I've made such strides in like my financial routine and financial awareness, and I still have such a ways to go, but I'm just really proud of how far we've come in that sense. And that actually reminds me, I'm going to get a manicure after this, and I'm gonna do my Smart Girl manicure routine, which is I bring Ramit Sethi's book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. This is what like started all of this financial awareness. I'll do a whole separate video on my financial glow up, but I read a chapter of his every single time I go for a manicure because then I have the full month until my next manicure to put everything into practice, because it does work like that. It's supposed to be, you know, you read one chapter and then for the next week you would do the stuff in that chapter, and I take a lot more time in between, but it is really great. So I'm drinking a Noon tablet in my water right now because I just came back from hot yoga, took a shower, we're hydrating, and then I'm actually off to Florida for Thanksgiving break. So you're getting a wet hair, real monthly reset routine. All right, without further ado, let's dive on in. So we're gonna start with reviewing my monthly goals and whatnot from November so that we can kind of see what we wanna bring into the next month and just make sure that we're, you know, what's the point of setting goals if you're not gonna reflect? So we'll be super brief. November goals were mainly reset my body and enjoy some self-care. So if you're new here, I just ran a marathon for my very first time on November 3rd. So I was like, the rest of this month, I really want to focus on like slowing down, winding down, resetting. And other than the fact that I went straight from the marathon to New Orleans for a bachelorette, since then, she's been resting and resetting. Okay, let's see if I got everything done. All right, consistent weekly Sunday 9 a.m. YouTube videos, yes. Put out marathon content, yes. Stay consistent with client work deadlines? Yes. Guys, we crushed this section this month, damn. Pick a dress? Yes. Figure out quarterly taxes? No. I'm literally like, that is on my agenda for the flight I'm about to take in a few hours. I gotta figure that out. Health and wellness. Take a workout class you've missed. I did take a Mega Former class yesterday, Legray Fitness. A class that actually did not explain. They have Pilates in their messaging and they have Reformer Pilates in their messaging, but they did not say that they were Legray Fitness or a variation of Legray Fitness, or explain in any capacity that they were not a normal Reformer Pilates machine. Video on the difference on my channel, but that is my biggest pet peeve. But I did take it and enjoyed it. It just makes me feel bad for the girls who like go thinking they're getting a normal Pilates class and then they're not, but I digress. More rest and self-care, absolutely. Anniversary date night, what do we do? Oh yeah, we went to a steakhouse. Quality family time over Thanksgiving. I'm about to go do that. All right, so let's go into December, setting our goals for this upcoming month. My intention and theme is going to be winter arc. That's the theme. The theme is winter arc. We are doing, by the time you see this, you won't have seen it yet, but I think the next video you see will be episode 1 of my winter arc. I'm gonna be doing, I think it's gonna be like 5 episodes, weekly episodes of my winter arc in December, and kind of just how I'm resetting, coming up with a new fitness routine. It's been a journey post-marathon and just like wanting to get back to an intentional fitness routine with real goals that are not obviously race related, because my wedding is actually in under a year. So I don't really want to have the stress on top of planning, because we are in planning mode right now post-marathon. I don't want the stress of another race really. So I think that I might be taking a year off races, but continue with my running. I don't want to fall off running. I want to be able to just jump back into race training the following year and feel like I have such a base. I never want to lose running again until I'm like pregnant or something, but I digress. That is not a goal. I want to get really intentional about having a goal, and I think having the wedding being like the next thing on the docket is a really great goal for me with fitness, just to like have something to train for, not in a toxic way. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, but just have something to motivate me. I think the race was really motivating in sticking to my routine, and I just need something else. I'll save it for my winter arc series, but we have entered the winter arc. My why is always to make money doing what I love so I can live for what really fulfills me in life. I would love to make more money just sharing my life on YouTube, and one day like having a house and, you know, starting a garden and like all these things that I do on my wellness journey. I want to keep trying to make enough money to kind of fund this passion project of mine and get a house and all of the things. Monthly goals. If you are new to my monthly reset, we really make sure to remember that there are only 4 weeks in a month. So the overarching goals, there's only going to be like 1 to 3 tops. December goals, we'll get into the specifics in the next slide, but finalized stressors for the wedding. I think the biggest thing in wedding planning is going to be guest list and where everyone's staying, because we're doing a weekend upstate. And I just really want to like finish that and leave that in 2024 so that in 2025 we can have fun. And then prioritize YouTube. I think December is such a great time where like it's holiday season, so clients and friends and whoever aren't, you know, asking so much of you, and it's cold, and I just always find it a great time to like reset and be able to prioritize YouTube and have energy for that, but then also reset in a way of healthy habits. I've had a new gym routine, as I mentioned. I also have a new meditation routine, so I'll save that for the series. I'm so sorry, this month is so chatty. Okay, to do this month. Social media and career, weekly winter arc series on YouTube. Honestly, like that's it. I feel like that's a good enough goal. Personal, wedding, this is where I think that's it on the career stuff, because this I really need to lock in room blocks where people are staying, finalized guest list, or at least number of parents' friends. That is like the biggest stressor that I've been avoiding since the start of wedding planning, because we're having a smaller wedding, not small, but 150, where we're used to going to like these big country club weddings over 200 people. And with family and our friends, we're already at 120. There's just a lot to figure out with the guest list. So I just want to figure that out in December and be done with it, because it's going to be stressful. And then finances, figure out quarterly taxes. I like signed up for quarterly taxes with the IRS, and I was supposed to get a PIN number in the mail, and it never came in the mail, so I never ended up paying my quarterly taxes in September, the estimated quarterly taxes, so I have to figure that out. Now that like the marathon is behind me, I feel like we have some space. Health and wellness, stick to running, a fitness routine, morning meditation. This is something I will talk about in my winter arc series, but I feel like we sometimes get in these routines and we get so used to something that we almost are doing it because it's second nature, but not really reaping the benefits. So I feel like I've been doing Kundalini for so long that I was no longer feeling the effects. It was no longer this like powerful thing. And I love Kundalini and I want to go back to it. But I think in this season of wedding planning and everything where I feel super stressed, I need something a little more gentle and less active to just like manifest and feel positivity every morning. So I've been really loving Joe Dispenza morning meditations, and it's been getting me excited to sit in meditation rather than like, I don't know, dreading it. Not that I was ever dreading Kundalini, but just not connecting with it. So I want to stay on top of these like more feeling the gratitude and manifestation meditations, because I think it's really going to help me through this stressful period and just help my nervous system stay calm. Relationships, December. Holiday date night with Ethan. I love when we go to like the Christmas markets or something. It's like my favorite date night. So I definitely want to do that. Oh my God, I didn't even take a moment, by the way. This is my first monthly reset saying I am a marathoner. So had to wear the sweatshirt. I really wore it because it's my only hoodie for the flight that I'm about to go on, but it's fitting actually. All right, so the next thing I'll usually do is plan content for YouTube. I do that in Rella, which I just pulled over to the screen. And I will be honest with you guys, I did this last night on the couch because I've been so inspired and I was really excited about this winter arc series. I thought it would be similar to this series, just a way to keep me on track and stay motivated and just be super intentional about my healthy habits and like a new routine. I wanna go into January not starting a new routine. I wanna go into January feeling like I took the time and space we all kind of have in December where like clients or bosses aren't really on top of you because it's holiday season, and just having that moment to reflect and reset. And for me, it being post the marathon and a recovery month, I just really want to take it as a chance to like what a winter arc is, start a new routine, and then in January be able to like continue that routine in the work week, if that makes sense. So I already did this last night, but basically every single week is a winter arc episode, and I have like different themes for each of them. So, and then I have 2 wellness unfiltered videos. I tried the sauna blanket, I tried the 8 sleep, and then I have here a sponsored TikTok, and I'll put like the whole concept in here. Kind of always filling this out, but the thing that I did last night in addition is, okay, I have the videos there that I want to do, but so as you can see here, it actually is connected to my Google Calendar. So all of that content you just saw in Rella is now in my Google Calendar, which I love because then I head over to my Google Calendar, and I already did this last night, but I will go video by video, and you'll see here like Winter Arc episode is going live on Sunday the 8th, right? So then I went in my calendar and I'm like, I'm flying back from Florida on the 2nd. I'll probably be, tired on the 3rd. Maybe the 4th is when I can film my next Winter Arc episode, and then I literally put in the next day to send that footage over to my editor. So I will go video by video and just add in the time to film and either edit it myself or send it to an editor. And that also allows me to kind of take a moment and calculate how much does that cost to send to an editor? How many videos do I plan on doing that per week? Where do I feel like I have a lighter week where I can edit my own, etc. YouTube content is done. Then we get into finances. I made a copy of my project tracker because my project tracker is the holy grail. It's my Bible. Let me know if you want a template of this, if anyone has a similar type of freelance situation, and I can link it down below. If you're new here, I have been working for myself for about 6 months. I started an LLC, and I work for a couple podcast clients where I do their weekly social media clips. For some of them, I do their YouTube edits as well. And so this is like my holy grail for how I keep track of it. So this is actually all real. I copied and pasted this from November. And just for like keeping my clients and their work and their rates anonymous for their sake, I took all of that out. But for November, I can kind of take stock of like what still needed to be done. There's one thing that's still in progress. I'm aware of that. We're working on it. And then after this, I'm gonna do all of this on my flight right now. I'm gonna go through and send the invoices for November since it's the day before Thanksgiving right now. So feels like the time to send them out. Normally I wait for the last day of the month, but I'm gonna send them out today. So that's kind of what I'll do. I'll be able to like check the status of everything in progress, waiting on approval, and then content delivered means basically like the project is final. And then this column I actually have when the payment is due, and I do conditional formatting, and I have it so that if the date of the payment due is before today's date, it will go red. So that when I'm looking at my project tracker, if there's any red tiles, I know someone hasn't paid me yet, or I just didn't mark it paid. And then the next thing I'll do, which I also did last night, was I will put in all of the episodes and all of the work that I already know I have for December, just to make sure that all my deadlines are in, and I mark if I have the footage or not. Once I get the footage from them, I'll move it to need to start. Once I start the project, I'll move it to in progress, etc. So that's kind of my like client tracking routine. Moving into finances. This is not very organized, but it's just how I conceptualize everything. So, because I also have, I have the same type of thing for brand deals. So every month I have my brand deals, when they're due, review date, post date, and same thing here, need to film, sent for approval, etc. When you're working for a ton of clients and a ton of brands, you kind of need to be able to like move everything around. And same thing here, like this is all actually real. I just took out the rates and the brands just for confidentiality purposes. Okay, so the last two things I'll do with money is one, I will do my business expenses. So this is an example from October. I have a business credit card, so all of the charges from the month of November I will put in, and then I just outline like what it was for. So like travel for co-working space and all that. And then I have all of my business expenses in one place so that if the IRS comes after me, I have an explanation for each one. And so that I get the total, which I then use to move into my money doc, which this just allows me, this is the main thing that allows me to understand and have awareness around my finances. How much money did I make doing freelance work, which I pull from here. I'll like calculate, all the money that actually came in, which is payment date, all the money that has a payment date of November, because I was confused. Do I do November work? What do I do? I did what income actually came in that month is what I'm going off of. So what income came in for freelance work, for brand deals, any affiliate, marketing, Google AdSense, and then I add all that up and that's my gross income. Then I will do what business expenses I actually paid that month. So that would be the bill that came in November. So when I subtract that, I get my net income, And then I can figure out 33% of that net income needs to go away in my savings for estimated taxes. When you work for yourself, you gotta plan for this stuff, unfortunately. And my accountant that my family uses helped me figure out what I need to do for that. And then keeping track of my business expenses, and that business credit card is so that when you give your business expenses to the IRS, after paying your quarterly taxes and whatever, hopefully you either, you don't have to pay taxes on your expenses, so sometimes you get money back or whatever. I actually have these as automatic now. I set that up last month, so I actually automatically every month have $150 going to my Roth IRA, $150 going to Robinhood. Hopefully as I make more money, I can increase that. And then anything I just kind of feel, if I'm like, oh, I have a little bit left, I will put in savings also for my wedding. Then I put in what I paid for my credit card bill with Ethan, what I paid for my own credit card. I have a business credit card, Ethan's credit card that we share, and a personal credit card. So put all those bills in there. And debt payment, Ethan had lent me a couple thousand when I was first starting this business because I had no money. And I paid that off. And I already paid that off, so I'm just deleting that. You subtract all that from my net income, and what do I have left is in my take home. So Rocket Money kind of does a lot of this for me, but I think it's really helpful for me because, as you saw last month, Rocket Money requires a lot of, which I'll still use, just a lot of like boop boop bopping, which I'm sorry I didn't do before this video. I'm traveling, so it's just been a little chaotic, but typically, I will go over, actually what I spent and everything in the month, but I have to organize my Rocket Money first to really make sure that that spending is accurate. And we just don't have time for that this month, so we'll do it in the next year. Anyway, I can't wait for the next monthly reset because that is gonna be goals for the new year and hopefully more of like a new year reset and a whole new Notion template and all of that. So stay tuned for the next one. Comment down below what your goals are for December. We can hold each other accountable. I love you so much. I'm so excited for this next year. I feel like after I stopped the podcast, I've just been able to dive everything into YouTube, and it just feels so good because I love it here so much. I'm never leaving. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe if you're new. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, we should add a gratitude list in the next one. Maybe that'll be next year's Notion template. Okay, bye.